everyone, and welcome to the Deep Dive.
Hmm.
We're diving into AI today. It's everywhere, right? It seems like it's impacting just about everything. We've been looking into some fascinating research and real-world applications.
Yeah, AI is making these incredible breakthroughs, things we never thought were possible just a few years ago.
I know, it's wild. Like, for example, these MIT researchers who are using AI to completely revolutionize cancer treatment.
Oh, yeah, that study, they developed the system that analyzes how different drugs would interact with an individual's tumor, right?
Oh, exactly.
Instead of just kind of doing the trial and error thing to figure out the right cancer treatment, this AI uses a graph neural network to kind of map out how they'd interact and predict the best drug combinations.
So we're talking personalized cancer therapies, potentially.
Exactly. More effective treatments, too, hopefully.
This is actually happening now, right? This isn't just some future fantasy.
It's happening. It's incredible. And that's not all. There's this study in Nature Machine Intelligence where they used AI to design new antibiotics.
Whoa, hold on. Design new antibiotics. What does that even mean?
So they took a deep learning model and trained it on this massive data set of molecular structures.
Okay.
And, get this, the AI actually identified some incredibly promising antibiotic candidates.
Wow. But why is that so important?
Well, antibiotic resistance is a huge problem, right? A global threat.
Yeah, for sure.
This AI breakthrough could totally change the game in the fight against drug-resistant bacteria.
That's really hopeful. So AI is doing amazing things in healthcare, but what about other areas? Like, what's it doing right now outside of medicine?
Oh, AI is popping up everywhere. Like in environmental monitoring, they're using it to keep tabs on things like deforestation, pollution levels too, and it gives us this real-time data.
I see.
So we can respond to these environmental threats a lot more effectively.
So it's kind of like having eyes everywhere, constantly watching over the planet.
You got it. And it doesn't stop there. In the world of finance, they're using AI for fraud detection and risk assessment too, you know? It's all about making transactions safer and more secure.
AI is everywhere.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder where it won't be used in a few years.
Yeah.
We've talked about what AI can do, but how is the technology behind AI changing? I keep hearing about these specialized AI chips.
They're becoming a big deal. Think about it. Training these large AI models on these huge data sets, I mean, that's the kind of stuff that would take your laptop weeks to process.
Yeah.
But these specialized chips, they're like a super-powered brain for the AI. They can blast through that data so much faster.
I'd imagine.
Companies like NVIDIA, Google, they're really leading the way. They're making these chips even more powerful.
Right.
And more energy efficient, too, which is really important. I mean, if we want widespread AI, it can't be a total energy hog.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All this AI needs serious horsepower to work right.
Mm-hmm.
So what's next? Where's the cutting edge of AI development?
Well, one of the most exciting areas is neuromorphic computing. It's all about creating chips that mimic the human brain.
Mimicking the human brain.
Okay. Yeah. Imagine AI systems that learn and adapt like we do.
That's pretty mind-blowing. It seems like we're talking about some really powerful technology here.
Oh, absolutely. And with that kind of power comes big questions about how we manage it and regulate it.
Right. The ethical side of AI. That's a whole other conversation. Speaking of which, I know the European Union is working on some legislation to regulate AI across different sectors. What's the idea behind that?
The AI Act, they're calling it. It's their attempt to tackle some of the big concerns around such a powerful technology. Like, how do you deal with bias in algorithms?
Yeah, that's a big one.
How transparent are these AI systems when they make decisions? And who's accountable when things go wrong?
So putting some safeguards in place, basically.
Exactly. But it goes beyond laws, too. AI ethicists are really pushing for human oversight, especially in sensitive areas like healthcare and law enforcement.
Okay. I can see why that would be important.
The idea is, you know, AI can be this incredibly powerful tool, but ultimately it's humans who should be making the final calls, especially when the stakes are high.
That's reassuring. Does everyone feel that way, though? I mean, is there pushback against that idea?
Well, it's complicated. There are a lot of conversations happening online about AI's impact on jobs.
Right. What happens to people's jobs when AI can do them?
Exactly. What will the future of work look like? That's a big question everyone's grappling with.
Yeah, it really makes you think about your own skills and what you need to do to stay relevant in a world where AI is becoming so prevalent.
No doubt. It's a question we'll all be asking ourselves in the years to come.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, right? How this whole AI thing has gone way beyond just labs and tech companies. Now it's like everyone's talking about it.
It's true. It's hard to miss. It's in the news all the time.
Exactly. People are starting to see, like, the real impact AI could have on, well, everything. And that leads to some pretty big questions.
Like, what kind of questions are people asking?
Well, jobs. For one, everyone wants to know, is AI going to take our jobs? And then there's privacy. How's this going to affect our privacy? And then you get into those deeper questions, almost philosophical ones about what does it even mean to be intelligent?
Right. It's like AI isn't just science fiction anymore. It's becoming our reality, and we're trying to make sense of it all.
Exactly. And these conversations, they're so important. We got to be thinking about all this, the good and the bad that could come with AI, and we need to do it together.
You mentioned jobs, and I think that's a big worry for a lot of people. We've already seen automation replace some jobs, and it feels like AI could take that even further.
Yeah, I get it. People are concerned. But instead of just thinking about, like, oh no, the robots are coming for our jobs, maybe we should shift our focus. Think about the skills that'll be valuable in a world where AI is everywhere.
What kind of skills are we talking about here?
The things that make us human, things AI can't really replicate, like creativity,
Okay.
critical thinking, problem solving,
Yeah.
being able to understand and connect with other people, emotional intelligence, all that.
So basically the stuff that AI isn't very good at, right?
Exactly. AI can handle the routine tasks, the data analysis, all that. But things like empathy, intuition, making complex decisions that involve like human factors, that's where we excel. That's what we bring to the table.
So we need to play to our strengths, right? Focus on what makes us human instead of trying to out-robot the robots.
100%. It's about finding that balance, leveraging the power of AI, absolutely, but also really nurturing our own unique strengths.
That makes me think about education. If we want future generations to be prepared for this AI-powered world, maybe we need to rethink how we educate them.
Oh, for sure. We got to move beyond that traditional model, the one that's all about memorizing facts and passing standardized tests. We need to be encouraging creativity, curiosity, that lifelong love of learning.
Teaching kids how to think, not just what to think.
That's it. We got to give them the tools to adapt, to change, to solve problems we can't even imagine yet. Those are the skills that'll be valuable no matter what the future throws at them.
This all ties back to the ethical stuff we were talking about earlier, right?
Uh.
If we want an AI future that's good for everyone, we got to be careful about how we develop it, how we use it.
Absolutely. AI has this amazing potential to solve like global challenges, but there's also the potential for new problems,
Whoa.
or for existing inequalities to get worse. We can't ignore that.
It feels like we're at a crossroads, like we have this powerful tool, and now we have to decide how to use it wisely.
I like that. A crossroads. It's not about being scared of AI, but about understanding how powerful it is and using that power responsibly.
It's a huge responsibility, don't you think? And not just for researchers or politicians, but for all of us.
It is. It's on all of us. We need to stay informed, be a part of these conversations, and demand that AI is developed in a way that reflects our values.
Can't just sit back and watch it happen. We got to be actively involved in shaping the future we want.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This isn't about just predicting what's going to happen. It's about creating the future.
You know, sometimes it's easy to get lost in all the hype and the fear around AI. I have to remind myself, at the end of the day, it's a tool.
That's important. AI is a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad. It's up to us to understand what it can do and what it can't do.
That's exactly what we're trying to do today, right? Explore all of this, the good and the bad, see what AI is capable of, but also look at the challenges and the risks that come with it.
Absolutely. We want to give our listeners, the knowledge they need to navigate all of this. It's complicated stuff, and it's changing so fast.
We've covered so much today: groundbreaking research, ethics, the future of work.
And how AI is being used to solve real problems right now, from healthcare to the environment.
But if there's one thing I want people to take away from this deep dive, it's this. AI isn't just some technology, it's a reflection of us.
What do you mean by that?
Well, think about it. AI is a product of human ingenuity, right? It shows what we're capable of, our ability to create, but it also reflects, our biases, our fears, the things we hope for.
Wow. Yeah. AI is like a mirror. It shows us the best of humanity, but also the worst.
And as we move forward with all of this, we can't forget that. We have to make sure AI is used to amplify our best qualities, not our worst.
I couldn't agree more. It's up to us to make sure AI benefits all of humanity, not just a select few.
And that starts with each of us taking responsibility, staying informed, and engaging in these conversations.
We have to recognize that the future of AI isn't set in stone. It's something we build together.
It's kind of crazy how fast AI has become like a major thing.
I know, right? I mean, it wasn't that long ago. AI was basically sci-fi, or something just researchers were messing around with. Now it feels like it's everywhere.
And it's changing so fast, it makes you wonder, like, what's next?
Honestly, it's hard to even picture what the future holds. But one thing's for sure, AI is going to keep getting bigger, keep changing things.
I think it's important as we're moving into this future to be excited about AI,
Yeah.
but also to, not just blindly accept everything.
Totally. We should be excited about what AI can do, how it can solve problems, make things better. But we can't ignore the risks, the downsides.
It's like walking a tightrope.
Yeah, but it's a tightrope we can walk, I think, if we all work together, Researchers, people making the laws, the companies developing all this, and, well, everyone, really.
Collaboration is key.
Absolutely. We got to talk about all the ethical stuff,
Yeah.
and make sure that how AI is developed, how it's used, that it all matches up with our values.
AI for good, right?
That's the goal. AI has the potential to do so much good in the world.
Well, on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive into AI.
It's been great talking about all this. I hope everyone listening has a better idea now of just how complex and how fast-moving this whole field is.
We've covered a lot. Research, ethics, what it means for jobs.
And how AI is being used right now in all sorts of ways, in healthcare, to help the environment, and so much more.
But the most important thing, I think, is that we've highlighted how important it is to develop AI in a thoughtful, responsible way.
It comes down to this. AI is a powerful tool. Like any tool, it can be used in good ways or bad ways. It's up to us to choose.
So to everyone listening, keep learning about AI, share what you learn, and help shape a future where this amazing technology is used to make the world a better place.
Don't stop asking questions. Be part of the conversation.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of AI. Stay curious, everyone.